Good morning. It is a great day. I trust you're well. It's great to see you. What a amazing idea that springtime has sprung and the daylight shines in earlier and earlier each day. It makes it easier for me to get up. I don't know about you all, but for me, a little bit of light makes the morning spring to life rather than like a late December day when I'm crawling out of bed. So it's a great day. The idea I wanted to throw out there to you was the power of light. I don't know if you've considered that before, but Baker, Nevada comes to mind to me. It is supposedly the darkest place in the United States. We took our RV in there one day, and it felt like the darkness was just consuming our headlights, but it wasn't true. The light was better than the darkness. But think about it. Think about how powerful darkness is, and yet no word is necessary for it to be overpowered. Darkness is overpowered very simply with a light. And look at Genesis 1:1 real quickly. That's where this whole idea first kind of springs to life. It says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth," this is 1:2, "was formless and void, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moving over the surface of the waters." When I first started really spending some time myself studying the Bible, I just stopped right there. It didn't make any sense to me. I got a lot of C's along the way. So to get to two verses and get tripped up was really a challenge for me. But it didn't make any sense. Verse 2 didn't make any sense because light overcomes darkness. And so if God's Spirit was hovering over the earth, why would there be darkness there? And so, and if God created something, why would it be formless and void? So I knew I was missing something there. Um, and then if you flip back over to another verse, we talked about this earlier this week or late last week. I remember it very vaguely. We talked about this with John 1:1. It says, "In the beginning," so two beginnings right there, same beginning. "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Jesus was the Word. He was with God. Um, he was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through him, and apart from him, nothing came into being that has come into being. And here it is. "In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overwhelm it or comprehend it," is what it might say. So in the beginning, God created the heavens and earth, and there was darkness there for some reason. Well, that was in verse 2, not verse 1. I believe that in verse 1 there was light already, and something happened that brought darkness to the earth between Genesis 1:1 and 1:2. And then if you watch what happened in verse 3, Genesis 1:1 was in the beginning God, Genesis 1:2, and darkness was over the surface of the earth. And then Genesis 1:3, God's immediate solution to darkness was Genesis 1:3. He said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Before anything else happened, God brought light. And so something happened to the earth, and it wasn't necessarily how it was created. And then you read a little farther in Genesis, God created man through Adam. Adam did something wrong, and darkness prevailed in man. We call that sin. And then God's immediate reaction was he sent light. And that light in John 3:16, you probably heard that before. God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting, everlasting being eternal, being God's kind of life. And so the reality is that immediately when darkness is somewhere, God sends light. That's his response. And so what happened when Christ came back in the form of the Pentecost, what he did is he put a light over the top of all the believers' head to identify them as the light. And so today you are light. The Spirit of God dwells in you. Your light shines from the inside out. It comes through your smile, comes through your eyes. It just comes, it radiates through you because God's Spirit is united with yours. And so as you go about your day today, let that light shine in whatever darkness that you're coming across. Maybe you're just with light today. Maybe you just have a spotlight with all the light that you're hanging out with. Well, today, let it shine brightly because God loves you and He's working in and through you today. Make it a great one, and I hope to see you soon.